Hey, what's up? It's Symphony here. Subscribe to my brother Mr. Creepy as Hell channel, and when you're watching his videos, make sure you stay in one piece.
As a parent, I always want to make sure that my kids are safe, and I always work hard to make sure I can afford a place where my kids can be 100% safe. This is me being a mother, but this is also from something I experienced when I was 10 years old. My name is Joan, and this happened to me when I was 10. Growing up, my mother struggled a lot to make ends meet. She would at times work 3 jobs, not to mention that we were on housing, so the area that we lived at was not a safe place at all. It was a really dangerous place, especially if you're a woman. This place that I lived at was a town that was filled with drug dealers, high crime rate, and a whole lot of other stuff that goes on. Despite my mother working 3 jobs, she still did not have nowhere near enough to move us into a safer neighborhood. On this particular day, it was a Saturday, which means I had no school. My mother had to go to work, and she told me to always make sure to never answer the door for anyone unless she gave me the okay. That's how dangerous the neighborhood and the area I lived at was. I agreed with my mother and told her that I wasn't going to open the door for anyone. 30 minutes later, she left. I stayed home and watched cartoons all day. As I was watching cartoons, I noticed that I heard some noise outside. I looked out the window and I saw a large group of guys were arguing over something. I don't know what it was, but I remember seeing one of the men pull out a gun, and he chased after one guy out of the large group. The other group members left as that man kept on chasing the guy, and then eventually he raised the gun and he shot him. My heart felt like it skipped it a couple of beats. I was panting. I just witnessed someone getting killed. And before I had time to react, the man somehow sensed that I was looking and looked it up in my direction. And then, to my horror, the man pointed up at my window, gesturing to me that he saw that I was looking at him and that I witnessed him murdering someone. Then the man proceeded to run towards my house. His group of friends followed him. I felt like I was going to have a heart attack. I ran across the house to make sure that all the windows were closed and locked. I made sure all the doors were locked as well. And by the time I ran into my room, that's when I heard someone slamming up against the front door.
Hey girl, open up the door. I'm not gonna hurt you, I just wanna talk to you. I know you saw something and it traumatized you. It's all good, just open up the door. Let me talk to you to help you understand what you just saw. I'm not gonna hurt you, just open the door.
The man said behind the door. I didn't know why at the time, but I didn't call 911. I was too afraid to come out of my room. I was in my room, hiding in my closet, thinking that it was a safer space for me. The man continued to slam on the door. Eventually, he slammed hard where I heard the door opened. It felt like I couldn't breathe. The man was walking around the house. I can hear several footsteps. I was panicking. I was afraid. At the time, I really wanted my mother with me. I was alone and scared. These men were gonna harm me.
Little girl, you better come out. Listen, if you come out, nothing's gonna happen to you. But don't make me mad. We don't want us to hurt you now. Just come out so we can talk,
he said with his voice on the edge of snapping. I stayed hidden, and the more and more I stayed hidden and didn't come out, the man got angrier. He started throwing things around and calling out to me.
Damn it, girl, come out here now before I demolish this place.
I stayed quiet as tears began to stream down my eyes. I was afraid that this man was going to find me and harm me. And then my worst fear. The man came into my room. He had difficulties opening up the door at first because I put a chair there to barricade myself from the man. But eventually, he bust down the door and walked around the room.
Come out, girl. I know you in here. You're in that closet, aren't you? Look, I'm gonna give you a chance to save yourself. You come out that closet, I'm gonna open that door, and I'm gonna drag your ass out that closet. Come out now.
Tears began to stream down my face as the man's threat got to me. I finally opened up the closet door, sobbing, walking out.
Good girl, but I need to get rid of you. You're a witness. I can't have witnesses.
The man pulled out a gun and pointed it at me. I was more scared than I was before. I was sobbing, trying to plead with the man not to take my life. Before the man pulled the trigger, cops came into my room and tackled the men down to the ground. Another officer came and grabbed me and brought me to safety. About 15 minutes had passed before my mother pulled up in the driveway and came out and ran towards me and hugged me. I never felt so happy and relieved at the same time. Only thing I remember was sobbing to her, telling her about what happened, and she reassured me that I was safe. I later found out that the reason the cops came because there was someone across the street from us that saw what went down. The man was charged with murder after what I witnessed him doing. Not to mention he was charged with other things as well, including what happened with me. I'm just glad the officers were able to show up in time, because had they not, I wouldn't be here telling you this. I'm glad that the man is going to spend the rest of his life in jail, him and his buddies. I'm just glad that I am safe and I was able to get healed through therapy from the trauma I experienced.